What's up, guys? Welcome back to BB's Garage. Today, I got my KATOOL KT T800, and I'm going to be attempting to set this up. Looks pretty straightforward. Everything else is pretty much together. The only real thing that I think I have to do in this video is just installing this arm on this tire machine here. So stick around for the video. First thing that I want to do is I want to just go over its functions. This here pedal, this one far to the left, that's your air. This is your turntable. This is for your breaking the bead. And this is also for spinning the turntable here. This pedal pulls the legs out. Overall, general, just kind of checking it over. It looks like some things are a little bit loose, but I don't know if it necessarily matters. I'm already noticing some of the bolts are a little bit backed off compared to this one, but I'm not sure exactly why that would be. And also on this side as well. Some of these are barely protruding in. On things like this, especially when they come from China, you know, you just want to give them an overall check over, check your bolts and everything, make sure nothing's going to fall off on you, make sure everything's operating correctly. But overall, this is a really good deal on a tire machine. At least I myself believe it's a good deal on a tire machine. Most of the time, I guess I don't know exact prices, but I would have automatically assumed, to buy a brand new tire machine, you're looking at, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, the prices can vary. I myself did watch a couple of reviews on these, and a couple of drift shops have been using these, and they said that they've had no problems with them. So I assemble, I actually just want to give a parts breakdown. So obviously you got your brush and you got other miscellaneous pieces here for the tire machine. I'm unsure what this does yet. There is an instruction manual. You get a little bucket for soap and water or whatever you decide you want to use, whether it's wax, whatever you decided to use for putting the beads on. Your arm, this is adjustable. I believe it, yep, exactly like that. Yep, so she breaks right down. And yeah, you get a spoon with it as well. That's nice. You don't have to go and buy that. And also a little, looks like a pressure gauge here. Yep. So you got your pressure gauge. And I believe this is the regulator here. So yeah, this is also a electric motor turntable. So these, I guess, are the better ones to get. I guess there's mixed, I don't know, I guess maybe other people have opinions about that and they want one that spins operated by air. I've heard that the electric ones are better just because those ones wear out and then they can no longer spin the turntable. So that becomes an issue when, you're trying to take your bead off. It won't actually spin and take your bead off. Now, given this is China, it is a China electric motor, you never know, I guess, how long these things are going to last for. But I suppose somewhere in the next year, 2 years, whatever, or even a couple months after I've been using it a little bit, I'll be able to give you an idea how well it's working if I have any issues or anything. So yeah, let's now we can get started on putting it together. I know I'm misleading you guys. I know I'm a freaking criminal. So I think what we're going to try and do, since there's two of us here, instead of, in the instructions it says that you should take this swing arm off, which would be smart if you're by yourself, because this is very heavy. You're going to be trying to lift it up onto this here. With that on by yourself, it'd be hard. But you just unthread these bolts and then you bolt that right up to it. On the side, there's these screws here. And you take and mount this on there. It's got two little screws and it should sit off to the side like this off the lift arm. Or the, gosh, I keep on saying lift arm. Swing arm. So yeah, let's do that. This is pretty straightforward. What'd you say, Bryant?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Straightforward.
The manual here they provide is not quite
there.
It's just kind of like, you know, something goes this way and that way and then you're good.
Exactly. Yep, and it's in Chinese. So if you don't know how to read Chinese like he does, then you're pretty much boned. So yeah, no, pretty much just set it up on there. If you got 2 people, it makes it easier. But if you got 1 person, like I said, just pull the lift arm off. It's not that big of a deal. It's 1 bolt. Now, I believe this swings. Yep. So that'll swing over when you need to. But yeah, now it's pretty much, I mean, this is really straightforward. I mean, you don't have to know much to be able to put this on. Next is going to be this thing. I probably have said that 15,000 times, so we're just going to move on. All right, so this right here has a couple of screws down here, and I believe this is the air in. So if you're trying to, you know, fill up your tire, and I'm not sure yet if these legs slide out by air. Yeah, they do actually, because you got the lines there. So I'm gonna just test out and see if the turntable's turning and make sure everything's all good and everything's functioning. All right, she's plugged in. Let's see if it works. Sure does. That's pretty nice. And that's got some power to it too. I believe this is a 2.5 horsepower motor. So it's a little bit better than the 1.5s and the 2.0s. So she's got some torque. Yeah, I mean, that you can't stop that. And that's obviously air pressure too. That's air pressure. Oh wow, that pedal locks down. And then I suppose to release it, you pick it back up. That's kind of nice. This is your air. So now we need to hook up air to it. So the thing that they send, this obviously, I don't know, this is not ever gonna hook up to an air hose. So I think they send you this so you can plumb your own air line onto this. But I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a fitting for an air chuck to put on this and thread it back in. Make sure you use thread tape. You don't want it leaking. All right, quick note on this. I would go ahead and pull this out anyways because they barely had like any thread tape on it. And I think they went the wrong way when they were putting the thread tape on because almost all of this was inside of this regulator in here that I had to pull it out. And I don't think you want that going in there and getting caught up in lines or anything of the sort. So I would pull it out, even if you're just gonna pull it out and re-thread tape it and make sure they didn't get anything else in there. So, all right, so I got that threaded in. And now I'm going to check and make sure it doesn't have any leaks. So far, so good. Wow, this is actually kind of surprising to me. Has no leaks. I think we're good. It just filled the little tank inside of the tire machine itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Looks really nice. Okay. Go ahead and just push this down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that all works nice. Dang. We got, here, let's check her. Dude, not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. It actually seems to be pretty, I think it's pretty solid. And if you're like me and you need a cheap tire machine to get the job done, I wouldn't see a reason why you wouldn't buy it, to be honest. Like I said, I already watched reviews on guys that have been using this thing, you know, one of these for years at their drift shop. And you know how many times people go through tires in one drift event. So you just imagine how many times that thing was abused. And even unboxing it, other than the instructions being a little bit weird, it's not very, you know, detailed, but if you have any mechanical know-how, you can get this thing put together, no problem. The only thing that I seen that was a problem potentially is definitely that thread tape on the little regulator on the back. I would just pull it out just to be safe, because if that thread tape got caught up inside of the machine anywhere, you'd be tearing apart all the lines to try and figure out. But it's sitting here. I'm not hearing any whistling. So I think it's good. Now I'm gonna try pulling a tire off of a wheel that I have on a very ugly wheel. Actually, it's not really an ugly wheel. Let me just show you. All right. So this is the wheel. It's got a really nice tire on it. I bought these wheels off of a kid a couple of cities away from here, and he must have put it in a ditch or something, because there is a ton of dirt inside of these beads. So I needed a tire machine to do this. I guess I could have broken the bead, but I mean, if you've tried that with hand tools before, you know how that goes. There isn't much air in this. Like I said, there's rocks. Rocks are in the bead, so there's not much air. There's a little pocket up here you can throw your stuff. Watch out for your tire pressure monitor sensor inside of the wheels while you're braking the bead. Be really careful while I'm doing this here. I don't really want to mess it up. Wow, that has some kick. Let's go to the other side. What are we going for here? It did the job. I have other issues with this tire, but it did the job. That's not the point of the video. Somebody must have wrecked this tire when they put it on, so that's unfortunate. But it did everything I needed to do. It's a little bit cold right now in Minnesota. It's like, I don't know, like maybe 10 degrees, 15 degrees out there. So, but other than that, it's a great tire machine. I wouldn't turn it down if you're looking for one. That's pretty solid. I definitely like it. It's going to be very useful for stuff that we have and tires that we need to change around here, and a little bit of an upgrade. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I also do other content. So we're not just doing tires here. We're going to be doing all sorts of different crazy stuff. But yeah, thanks.